Hello everyone, my name is Shehzad Khan, working in New Catholic Mission School, Jhabua. Today I am going to teach you class 7, chapter number 4, that is heat. Without wasting too much time, move it to your chapter, that is heat. Hot and cold, these are the two temperatures which we always consider as a heat source, but doesn't go for these two words as why I am getting including into the heat. After reading this paragraph and the slides, you will easily clear about the hot and cold. That is a temperature, that is a medium of temperature which increases and decreases about the heat and its sources. In our day-to-day life, we comes across a number of objects. Some of them are hot, some of them are cold. Tea is hot and ice is cold. Take the table example, that is ice cream, cold or cool, not warm or hot. Then a spoon in a tea cup, then it is sure that tea should be iced tea or the hot tea. Then fruit juice, then handle of a frying pan. You will other please clearly tick mark this, or you will get the proper source of NCERT apps also to fill up this table. Or if you are going to perform these examples in your day-to-day life with the help of your parents or your brothers sisters, you will easily fill up by yourself that which is cool or cold, warm and hot. We see that some objects are cold while some are hot. You also know that some objects are hotter than others while some are colder than others. How do we decide which object is hotter than other? We often do it by touching the object, but our sense of touch reliable. The very simple thing from your childhood, that which is cold, which is hot, that is the help of touching. If you touch the cup of tea, you will feel it is a hot, and if you will take the cold water into a glass, then you will feel cool or cold into your skin senses. That is your sensibility. But how it is able if we do not touch those things? Then we are having thermometers, or we are having some kind of radiations, convections and conductions through which we can easily clarify that this thing is cold or hot. Rather taking examples or taking theory part, we will move to the next part with the help of thermometers or so many other instruments through which we can easily temperature the body of any object or any object's proper its shape and size, that is they are getting hot shape or cold shape, either plastic or on materials or metal, sorry. That is, a reliable measure of the hotness of an object is temperature. Temperature is measured by a device called thermometer. As I already mentioned you, if you are not able to touch, or if you are not want to touch the object because of its hot and cold nature, you can use thermometer. Here's an example, that is filling water in a 3 mugs. In A mug, we are providing cold water, in B that is hot, and in C it is a mixed water. What you will do, perform this activity at your home and dip your hand in the cold water, then dip your hand into a B water, the B mug, then dip your both the hands in the C mug. You will feel different kinds of temperature, but all the liquids are not helpful for our skin. Some may cause some kind of erection problem on your skins also. That is measuring thermometer. Now if you want to learn about the thermometer and how to use it, you are having so many kind of thermometer, that is clinical, laboratory and digital, and nowadays infrared thermometer also in the COVID-19 sections we are using, that is a touchless or a untouched thermometer also, that is infrared thermometer, which can be easily detect your body temperature with a 6 feet distance easily. Now the thermometer that measures our body temperature is called a clinical thermometer. Sorry for the two words. By the reason that this thermometer has the range of 35 degree to 40 degrees Celsius, that is here 42 to 35. Why it is mentioned? Because a human body is consisting of a temperature range between this minimum to maximum this. Okay, moving to next slide, you can easily get up this reading of a thermometer. The normal thermometer of a human body is 37 degrees Celsius. Please notice this line. Note that the temperature is stated with its unit is state. The temperature of human body normally does not go below 35 degrees Celsius or above 40 degrees Celsius. That's why a clinical thermometer is in the range between minimum 35 and maximum 42 degrees Celsius. Then here are some precautions while reading a clinical thermometer. That is, thermometer should be washed before and after use, preferably with an antiseptic solution. If you are using a clinical thermometer, always it's the first point, the king point, wash it by water, or better to be using antiseptic solution. Ensure that before use of mercury level is below 31 degrees Celsius. When you are using it, please clearly confirm that the temperature of the thermometer is below than 35 degrees Celsius or it is on 35 degrees Celsius. Read the thermometer keeping the level of mercury along the line of sight. Then handle the thermometer with care. If it hits against some hard object, it can be break. Don't hold the thermometer by the bulb while reading. It is because the thermometer is a clinical thermometer, it is made up of a glass. But nowadays, so many less people are using this thermometer. Many of the people are moved to a upgrade version, that is digital thermometer. We will discuss and show you the digital thermometer in the next slides also. Then different types of thermometers are used for different purposes. The maximum and minimum temperature of the previous day reported in weather reports are measured by a thermometer called maximum and minimum thermometer, which shows you the weather climate sources also. That is here a laboratory thermometer, a new kind of thermometer which is used not to detect the human body temperature, but it is used to detect the temperature of objects. How do we measure the temperature of other objects? For this purpose there are other thermometers. One such thermometer is known as laboratory thermometer. As its name indicates, it is laboratory. The range of a laboratory thermometer is generally from minus 10 degrees Celsius to 110 degrees Celsius. And this is a process of keeping the thermometer into hand and this into the object. Here, that is a digital thermometer, what I previously mentioned you about this thing. So many people are using this. It is easy and fast and reliable to use. That is, there is a lot of concern over the use of mercury in thermometers. Mercury is a toxic substance and is very difficult to dispose of if a thermometer breaks. These days digital thermometers are available which do not use mercury. It is a fast and accurate way of using the body temperature of a human body to be calculated in a precise time. Then here transfer of heat. Now how the heat will be transferred and from one source to another source or from one medium to another medium. That is, you might have observed that a frying pan becomes hot and when kept on a flame it becomes the heat passes from the flames to the utensil. When the pan is removed from the fire it slowly cools down. Why does it cool down? The heat is transferred from the pan to the surroundings, so you can understand that in both cases the heat flows from a hotter object to a cooler object, cold object. This is the picture which you can easily carry, that we are having two bricks and a metal rod, and here we are putting some kind of wax. Here we are melting, using a candle, flame sheet, and time by time the metal rods get hot, and those wax which are to be situated near to the candle are getting flat on the surface, and those who are within a distance are stable on its proper positions. The process by which heat is transferred from the hotter end to the colder end of an object is known as conduction. The process what it should be going on that picture, it is a conduction process from the hotter sources to the cold sources. This process continues till the whole water get heated. This mode of heat transfer is known as convection. You can easily take a beaker and try to stir the milk or put the milk onto the beaker and put into the flame of your gas stove, and after starting the proper heat you will feel that surrounding of that proper beaker there is kind of some invisible water, kind of a visible water layer should to be there. That is convections. The materials which allow heat to pass through them easily are conductors of heat. Again please repeating the line and please mention in this line in the important points. The materials which allow heat to pass through them easily are conductors of heat. For example, aluminium, iron and copper. The materials which do not allow heat to pass through them easily are poor conductors of heat, such as plastics, wood, or they are also called insulators. If you are not getting poor conductors, then we can mention insulators also, a different word. Poor conductors are known as insulators. The water, air and the air are poor conductors of heat. These are the three examples. It is conduction of heat by different materials. In this beaker we are taking a water. It is of plastic or either of glass. Either it can pass the heat or not to the materials. Then convection of heat in the water. Here the burner and we put a beaker over there right now, giving heat on this level of metal, that is either aluminium, metal, steel or any other sources of metal properties can be acquired. In this soluble, this heat is to be converted right over here and the heat will be transferred to the beaker. Then third section is of transfer of heat by convection in air. That is, heat can be easily convection to the source from its candle to the air. Then here, the people living in the coastal areas experience an interesting phenomena during the daytime, that is land breeze and sea breeze. The land gets heated faster than the water. The air over the land becomes hotter and rises up. The cooler air from the sea rushes in towards the land to take its place. The warm air from the land moves towards the sea. Complete to the cycle, the air from the sea is called sea breeze. To receive the cooler sea breeze, the windows of the houses in coastal areas are made to face the sea at night. It is exactly the reverse. The water cools down more slowly than the land, so the cool air from the land moves towards the sea. This is called the land breeze. It will be easily get up by this picture here. There is daytime and the night time. Easily that is cool air goes here and hot air will be this side, and in the night time it will be reverse. The phenomenon will be 100% reverse. From the sun the heat comes us by another process is known as radiation. The transfer of heat by radiation does not require any medium. It can take place whether a medium is present or not. When we sit in front of a room heater, we get heated by this process. A hot utensil kept away from the flame cools down as it transfers heat to the surrounding by radiations. This example is very much clear about these things. That is, daytime what kind of cool or hot air is to be blow, and night time what sequence will be cool and hot air will be blow. Then kinds of clothes we wear in summer and winter. Getting this is also getting the kind of example in your mind about the color sequence also. You might be getting some kind of peoples of the Gulf countries or the Rajasthan, that is they are wearing light color clothes into the winter season time, into the summer season time, and those people who are living in the winter or colder areas, they are having dark color clothes. Because of the reason why I am giving this example with the help of this picture, you will clear. You know that in summer we prefer light color clothes and in winter we usually wear dark color clothes, because summer season is a kind of hot season, and in this sun extreme levels will be get up there, and dark clothes is a better source of getting heat, whereas light color clothes are better source for insulators work as a heat. So I hope that you will get a better example here. And if you are getting the clothes example in your mind, then you can also talk with your parents and your elder brothers sisters about why we are in different kinds of clothes and different kind of vehicles also we are using in different regions. Either in cold regions we are using dark colors or black or brownish colors of cars or vehicles, and in a hotter place we are using white colors of cars, because just of the property which they are getting on the heat reflection onto its color. I hope that you will get a proper examples with every defined and proper definitions. If you are getting any problem, please mention us out so that we can improve our definitions and new examples so that you can easily understand. Thank you.